I had an epiphany. This is the thought as I was waking up today. Squid Game is a lot like the original 1971 Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie. So I have been saying this, that the original Willy Wonka, please do not confuse it with the one from the 2000s, the original, Gene Wilder, 1971, is ultimately a horror movie. It's rated G, but it is implied that all of the children died. All the characters died except for Charlie, who won the prize at the end. I mean, it basically is a joke to Willy Wonka that, yeah, they may survive. I mean, there was not really any hope provided for Augustus Goop that was trapped in that tube of chocolate when he jumped in the river. There was no real direction or closure. Is he going to be okay? Then we can look at Verica Salt, who fell down into the rotten egg trap there, and she may get burned up, or they may just haul her away in the trash. There's Mike TV, who got shrunk down this small, and they said, I'll have the Oompa Loompas stretch him out. There's the girl they turned into the blueberry, and he's talking about the Oompa Loompas like pressing the juice out of her. I mean, when you look at all of these, there's no real hope that they ever survived. And unlike the new version of the movie, it doesn't show at the end all the kids leaving the factory. It's implied that either they died or they suffered some major trauma and they would never be the same even if they did get out of there. But yet Charlie wins the prize. He wins the factory. Okay? So there's the concept that ultimately it's a horror movie. It's implied that these children were died. It's implied that Willy Wonka himself is basically a serial killer. It's almost like he was Jigsaw from the Saw movies, setting up kind of traps to lure kids to his factory to begin with. And then when they get trapped, he doesn't, I mean, he even mocks the concept when Augustus jumps in the river. He says, no, don't, stop, come back. It's a mockery to him. He gets a thrill out of seeing these children die. So a horror movie about children dying. Like, you couldn't make that today. I guess you could make that in 1971 and rate it G, but not today. Now, let's flash forward, 50 years later. Let's look at Squid Game. Okay, it's adults, but ultimately they all go to this place. They're all in debt. They've all trying to win all this money. And it's, just like with Willy Wonka, every time he took him to a new room, someone ends up dying. Well, in this, it's the 5 games, and people definitely end up dying, the ones who don't make it. And there's one lone survivor at the end who wins it all. So I really feel, I'm not saying it's the same movie remade, but I'm saying largely, we look at the premise of 1971 Willy Wonka, and we compare it to Squid Game, I actually see a lot of similarities. This is just a theory I came up with this morning when I woke up. Can you agree with me? Can you disagree with me? Let's find out in the comments right here.